Watershed, it can be said, our home place.
In the Bonnechere River Watershed, farming has sustained families for generations. Passed down from father to son, son to daughter, farming widely continues to this day. One such family are the Dobsons, whose farm focuses on grass-fed beef and organic vegetables.
So we've been here for a few years. My daughter, I think, says that her daughter now is the 7th generation. My daughter and son-in-law, they do about 7 acres of organic heirloom vegetable production now on the farm. But this farm has been for the 30 or more than 30 years that I have farmed, it's been a beef farm. We had already made our decision to start retailing our beef. We thought that would fit in very nicely with where we were at that time, and we started marketing our beef directly, retailing our beef in 2003 then. We think that our grass-fed beef fits in very nicely with the vision that we have for the farm.
Cattle herds require large amounts of water. Access to that much clean drinking water is a challenge for any farm.
I became aware of a project out in Alberta. I think it was in Lethbridge University, where they had done this study to see how cattle would perform on really clean water or really deteriorated water. And they took a herd of cows like this, cows and calves. They put one half of the herd on clean water, pump the water out with solar out of a dugout. The other half they give the dugout. And they found at the end of the summer, the calves with the clean water, the cow-calf pairs with the clean water weighed 18 pounds more. They weighed 18 pounds more. So with 100 cows, you can see that's 1,800 pounds. It can bring in a couple $1,000s a year. It can certainly help you recover and cover the cost of doing some of these projects.
With such information in mind, the Dobsons sought a solution to the clean and plentiful water dilemma.
When we were looking to have more options with watering our cattle in the summertime, we had already fenced them totally out of the stream with a couple of other alternative watering systems, but we needed something in this part of the farm, something that would provide a real clean source of water, a dependable source of water. So I thought, okay, where can we get a reliable source of water? We dug down about 10 feet. We hit fractured flat limestone that had cracks in it, and the water just bubbled out. In 2 days, we had this pond, this spring-fed pond filled with water, and we had to scramble. We put a overflow pipe in the far side, and it started flowing out the other side. You can't have the cattle come in here, 10-foot deep pond. We'll probably lose a lot of cattle. It wasn't what we were trying to do. So we decided, we had already kind of made the decision, we were going to put a solar pumping system in. We heard some pretty good things about them. And we put in this 150-watt panel system for the solar. So this 24-volt pump is powered by 2 12-volt batteries, and that keeps this pump running and provides all kinds of water, clean water for the cattle.
With the ability to pump the water from the dugout, the Dobsons are able to place the water trough central to the fields rotationally grazed by the herd.
So this is the other end of the solar system. This trough we poured in ground here. It's 1,000 gallons. So what you want when you have a large herd of cattle coming to drink on a hot day, you want lots of accessible water and lots of headspace so they don't have to line up too long, because they get impatient if they're really thirsty. This water, this is the bull here. He takes up about 3 spaces, so give him his space. But this trough was poured with sloped insides, and when I have groups of farmers here, they think that's really neat, because that's kind of a farmer. That's a practical solution to if someone didn't let this drain for the winter and it was a solid block of ice. So with those sloped sides, the whole block just moves up and you don't push out the cement walls. I think that's a neat idea. So it's worked, and we've had some ice in here, but it's just floated up. And this trough is controlled by the little electronic float. And when the trough is half empty, it will tip down then. And there's a little click. And right underneath this cow's mouth is where you can see just on the other side of her, you can see the water exiting, coming from the solar system. And it fills this trough up in about 30 minutes. 1,000 gallons, must pump about 2,000 gallons an hour. So that's pretty fast. I would guess that they could go through 2 to 3 troughs on a day like this. On a regular summer day, it might only be 2. They drink a lot of water.
Farming in our region has undergone many changes and faced many challenges throughout its history. Through new and innovative techniques and the determined hard work of the entrepreneurial farmer, farming will continue to be a mainstay of the Bonnechere watershed.
Watershed, it can be said, our home place. The clouds, the hills, our roof, our halls, and simple truth of watershed here are.